Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to Shooting It with Sos. Today, as you can see, I have got a pretty cool unboxing video for you. So buckle up, it will be a little while. This is going to be a longer video because I'm going to open each one of these boxes and kind of go through each one of their settings and talk a little bit about each light individually. So like I say, skip forward if there is something that you're wanting to look at first. I'm guessing I may start with maybe the smallest, then I'll go to the largest, save the best for last, and kind of go from there. But yeah, so as you can see here, I have some Olight products. Now, I purchased all these on the sale that was happening just this weekend. Today is actually the very last day of the sale. However, some of the prices have changed and gone up a little bit on some of the items. And then there is a special product that launched today as well that you could look at. So these are the ones that I purchased. These are the ones I wanted / needed in my collection. I'm a big flashlight guy. I have a lot of lights. And these are just some of the ones that I felt like I needed to add to my collection. So especially based on the offers that they had. So let's get it kicked off, and we'll start with this little guy. So first and foremost, maybe, you know what, I'll move these a little bit out of the way, and we'll just use this area down here to kind of work with. So this is the R2 Eos. Let's get it opened up. Now, when you order, when you place an order, you get this one for free. It comes included in your package, and you do not get to choose the color, although, you know, the red's actually probably not a bad color. It's easy to see. I actually have 2 of these already, and they're great little lights. And the other 2 that I have are black. Let me go over the settings or some of the specifications real quick. There are 2 settings on this light, 150 lumens for its high setting, and then 5 lumens for its low setting. And they are rechargeable. This is rechargeable with a USB-C cable. And basically what happens, and I'll just show you this when we open it up, but basically you untwist it, and there's a place to plug in your charger. So it says it has a 40-meter throw, and it'll last 15 minutes on high and 6 hours on low. So pretty great little light considering everything you get. I mean, not to mention it was free when you purchase other lights. So let's get into it. Okay. Let's see how it goes here. Now, I'm just opening these for the first time. As you can see, nothing in the box there. It comes with this little cardboard holder. There's the light, and on the back you have an user manual, which kind of goes over everything we just talked about, and a small little cable, USB cable. So, oh, and I'm sorry, it's not a USB-C, it is a micro USB. So it's not USB-C, but pretty great little option. The fact that they give you this, and you can plug this right into a computer or into a battery pack, anything you need. And what else is pretty neat about this little guy is it is magnetic to the point to where those 2 ends stick together. So you can, it's a nice small compact package. You don't have to worry about it always being out, or you know, kind of being a bigger package, or kind of like this just dangling around wherever you put it, right? So they do have magnets on them. You can see on the bottom right there, and kind of clips shut. Pretty seamless, pretty simple. Let's pull this little guy out. So it says here off to the left and high to the right. So let's turn it and see if we have to, if it's going to come on out of the box. It does. There's the low mode. And oh, you saw that, jump to high mode with just another couple twists there. Super cool light. Let's totally unspin this guy, and you can see the charging port. So as soon as you twist to a certain point, right? If you untwist, it just there's a spring inside here that pops it open, and you can see that there's the charging port, USB-C, And then once it's done charging, there is a light indicator on here. I guess it's right here. Lets you know when it's fully charged. And then it has a seal, a little O-ring. So this is water resistant as well. And then you got your 2 settings. So very, very cool light. I have one of these on my keychain, one on my wife's keychain, and this little red one's pretty awesome. I'm sure my wife's going to want this one. She'll switch the black one out and probably take this one because this is a super cool color. It looks really, really nice. All right, let's set that aside and let's move on to the next one. All right, one that I've kind of been looking forward to. I have already the Olight H2r headlamp, and I really wanted to get the smaller version because I'm a big fan of the, let me show you here because I have this actually on my office desk here, but the S1R Baton 2. This is like a little mini pocket light. I got this a little while back in tan and in the blue clip. And it produces up to 1,000 lumens. It's super, super powerful in this tiny little package. And so I kind of wanted a headlamp kind of version of this. I mean, although this can just clip right on your hat, and it can be kind of a headlamp because you can see it's got a clip here that's easily attachable to your hat, and I just put it right on a hat and it's good to go. I have 3 of these. I might get another one because this is probably one of my favorite lights of all time, considering how powerful it is in such a small package. Quickly rechargeable as well. But we're not talking about this one right now because I don't have it on the table. But we can use this as a comparison to the Perun. So this is the Perun Mini. Let's go ahead and pop this open. Now, oh, well, let's go over the specs. So the Perun Mini, and this is a headlamp technically. 1,000 lumens. Starts at 1,000 lumens for turbo and then drops down to 250. And 250 is its high. 65 is medium. 15 is low, and then there is a Moonlight setting at 2 lumens, so really, really low setting. I like that that's 2 lumens. Moonlight is a feature I use almost every single night. I have one of these by my bed, and I set it on Moonlight when I need to get up in the middle of the night, or even right before on the way to bed. You know, you hit your light switch off, and then when you're walking to your side of the bed, put that on Moonlight, and you're good to go. I love, love, love Moonlight mode. Looks like it can throw out to 100 meters on high, and it is IPX rated, IPX8 rated. So I believe that's waterproof and dust resistant, or water resistant up to 1.5 meters, drop resistant up to 1.5 meters, and waterproof. So, or water resistant rather. So water, dust, and drop protection. On that turbo mode, it says it can go from 1 minute to 85 minutes, but I'm guessing the 85 minutes is when it drops down to 250. So let's get it out of the box and see what comes in the box. Okay, empty box here. And the Perun Mini. There she is. Look at that. Beautiful. Nice package, or just a nice little compact light. It is kind of like orange peeled lens here. Feels like it might be glass or just a really hard plastic. It's not like this is definitely plastic. Let's see how these compare in size. Ooh, the S1R2 is slightly taller. Oh my goodness, ever so slightly taller, ever so slightly. I mean, we're talking millimeters, so very, very small amount. These are almost, I mean, identical. They'd feel the same in your pocket if you had these in your pocket. Oh, we got to pull out the battery filter here. And it does just twist off right here below the light. Let's pull off that guy. Let's see if it works. Should have a little charge right out of the box. Buttons here on the top. Touch it 1. Hold down 2, 3, 4. Look at that. 2, 3. 2, 3. Sweet. Awesome. And then you can double tap the high. Look at that. And then let's turn it off and let's go to Moonlight. Hold it down. There's Moonlight mode. Nice. Really, really low. You can see that it's on, but even pointing it directly at the camera, it's so faint. I love this mode. It doesn't hurt your eyes when you're trying to, especially even camping in your tent. This is great, especially any place where it's almost pitch black or pitch black. that is a perfect lumen for just doing some things right around your bed or whatever you need it for. But it's awesome. Of course, magnetically charged. Let's see what else this comes with. Ah, cool, sweet. Looks like it comes with a patch design with hook and loop. So this is Velcro. You know, you guys may know there's a lot of hats out there that have Velcro on the front of the hat. You could pop that right on the Velcro part of the hat, and it looks like you just put this in here. I'm guessing that's how that works. Yep, just like that. And then you have your headlamp. That's just one way to carry it, I'm sure. I mean, you could still put this on your shirt, or if you're wearing a backpack, you could slide that on a backpack. You could even Velcro this on a backpack. But that's pretty neat. I like that it has this option and that it comes with it. So that's cool. Let's see what else this comes with here. Of course, the owner's manual or the operating manual. And it looks like you have, oh, that's kind of neat. I'm not sure what that is. I might need to read the manual to figure this out. It's got like a little hook thing here. There must be something I don't know about this little guy. So that's interesting. And here's our MCC 1A charger, magnetic charger. And then it comes with a lanyard. Okay, sweet. Let's see if I can figure out what this does, what this little guy is. It's a little piece of metal there. Let's see. It doesn't say anything here. Thank you for being a part of the Olight family. Let me just quickly glance at this. Bear with me, and if you want, you can skip forward. But I'm going to look this, see if I can look this up real quick. Okay. Oh, wow. All it is an assistant to help thread your lanyard. So it's just going to allow you, okay, that makes a lot of sense. I haven't bought a new Olight in quite some time. They used to come with a little needle attached to your end of your lanyard, but now it looks like you just would run this little guy through the bottom there, hook in your lanyard to it, and then pull it in. And then there you go. Now your lanyard's inside the spot that you need to put it to hook up your lanyard to your light. I'm not a huge fan of the lanyards. I mean, I've used them, but I'm not a huge fan. Usually I just throw these in my pocket or bag, and then I'm good to go. So, okay, let's get this out of the way. All right, so that is the Perun Mini. What a cool light. All right, I might as well leave this up here for the light candy. That's a cool light too. Okay, now this is the Olight Baldr Mini. This is the reason that I made this whole purchase, was because of this light. So I'm hoping I really love this thing. I was wanting a light for my pistol, and I have my pistol here we'll use to put it on there. But I have the Olight Mini, what is it called? The Valkyrie Mini. And I really like that. I have two of those. It was the first version. And I did not buy the PL Mini 2, but then I saw this come out, and I was like, oh, I got to get at least one of these and see how I like it. But because, well, there's an interesting thing about this, is there is a laser on it, and I'll show you that in a second. Max 600 lumens. Throw is 130 meters. That's pretty impressive. Does not have the stats anywhere else. Maybe that's all there is to it. That's probably all there is to it, because it is a firearm light, so it's a pretty straightforward setup. Okay, let's pop it open. Let's see what it's got. What's in the box? Okay, pull out. Boom, there's the box. And there she is, folks. Look at that. Beautiful. I did get it in gunmetal gray. Wow. I love that color. Love the way it looks. These two little holes are for your laser adjustment, so you can do your windage and elevation. And it does come with a little Allen key, I'm presuming. Baldr Mini. Look at that. And then let's see if this works. The little ratcheting system. Yep, there it is. Got the ratcheting system. and then it locks down. And then you have right here in the top, you see this little black hole here? That is where your laser comes out of. So you have, of course, have your LED deep in there, and then you have your laser pointer that comes right out of there. And it is a green laser. That's another thing. I had been going back and forth between the Baldr Pro because I really like the green laser. I didn't end up getting it. It is quite a bit more expensive. But this kind of knocks off a couple things out of my list because it's 2-in-1 and rechargeable. The Baldr Pro does not have the rechargeable option, which is too bad. This is your switch. It looks like you go all the way to this side. You're going to have just your laser. Right in the middle, laser and light. And then all the way over here, you get just your light. Let's start with just the laser and let's see if she'll turn on. And there she is. You see that? Beautiful. Works great. Let's see. There you go. You can see it a little better there. There's the laser. Let's switch it to laser and light. Boom. Can you see the laser there in the middle? You can still see that. Pretty sweet. There it is. And then let's go all the way to just light. Perfect. 600 lumens. Bright. What a cool light. I'm really excited about this. Let's see how it looks on the pistol. And by the way, back here, I didn't show you that, but you see the two little paddles back here. You push down to turn it on. Just like that. Pretty simple. Either side will turn it on. So if you're left-handed or right-handed, your finger will reach up and tap it. All right, let's open this up and let's get it on the pistol here. So I'm just going to bring in my Glock 19 into the picture for a second. And by the way, it's empty. Totally empty. Nothing in the chamber. Let's hook it up here to the bottom. Now, one of the things with this setup, from what I understand, is you do have to press. I don't know if you see that. When you press it, this side moves open if you press your lever. And that's actually how you attach it. Press in and then attach it. Oops, and now she's on there, but now she's sliding up and down. But yeah, that's how you attach it, is you press in, let it clip on, and then now it's on there, and then you just adjust your length. So I'm going to push it all the way back to the trigger guard here, and then I'll lock it down, and now she's solid. Yeah, she's tight. Wow, that's even a better lockup than on my my minis. So, okay. So there she is. Looks really nice. I love how it's almost flush with this area. Pretty much perfectly flush, and then it comes in a little bit. So I've seen a lot of lights that get a lot of gun blast, powder blast on their lens. This will probably really mitigate that because it is slightly behind your blast. But man, that looks so good. Love, love, love the Baldr. I think this is obviously the reason I made the purchases, but let's see how that feels. So you're holding it there, boom. My finger, I have small hands, and my finger perfectly lines up with that. Switch. Beautiful. And then a lot of times, you know, when I've kind of practiced in my house, like if I ever had to hop up at night and do this, you know, my finger's right here, but sometimes I even like to use my right thumb because right on this side, quickly, boom, my thumb can access it quickly. Just like that. Everyone's a little bit different on how they want to access it, but there it is. There's my laser. And mine out of the box, the laser was pretty close to on. As far as, from what I understand, I opened this, by the way. I opened this because I was so excited about it. So I did open it and put it on, and they say you can kind of point at a wall, make sure your sights are lined up, just get a good sight picture, turn on your laser, and then see where your laser is in comparison to your sights. Well, mine was just a little high and a little to the left, and so I made the quick adjustment, and it was simple, and now it's lined right up with my sights. Now I've got to go take it out and shoot it and see if that's actually true or not, if it's actually on point or where it's at. So that's the Baldr. Let's see what else comes in the package here. See if there's anything else. Okay, there is the manual. Yep, here is the additional parts. If you use a 1913 rail instead of the Glock rail is what comes on it, installed on the Baldr Mini, or the Baldr Mini. But you can easily switch that out for the 1913 rail. I love that they include that for those Berettas and 1911s and things like that. And then here is your Allen key. So they give you one of those. There's your extra parts. And then, of course, your charging, magnetic charging plug. It is the special, by the way. I know there were some folks, I had heard someone say or mention that it was not the special, and it is, in fact, the special magnetic tip or end here, which is like a reverse polarity. So it will only work on your pistol lights. It doesn't work on things like this. See how it's pushing it away? Look at that. It won't work there. See that? Won't work there. It's not working. But works perfect on that. Okay, so there is the charging piece. Is there anything else in the box? Nope, that's everything. That's the Baldr Mini, and man, I'm real excited about it. I think I've said that a few times. Excited about the Baldr Mini. All right, here's another one I'm excited about. The Olight Baton Pro. You know, I've heard a lot of good things and bad things. I mean, pretty much all good things, but the bad things have just been, some people are saying, is it really worth the hype? You know, considering there is the baton out there already, and then, well, there's lots of batons, but I can't think of the full name, but there's the non-pro version. It has a little smaller housing here at the top. But anyways, this one's supposed to be a little bit more powerful, maybe similar battery life, maybe a little less, maybe a little more. We'll look at that in a sec. But I decided, you know, I really wanted one of these. I've wanted one of these since it came out. I've never pulled the trigger. There's been all kinds of sales on it, and I've let the sales come and go, and I finally decided to get it. So here it is, 2,000 to 600 lumens. So 2,000 lumens turbo, 600 lumens after... does it say how long? Not on the back, it doesn't, but there is a time where it will shift down to 600 lumens. It'll run from 1 minute at 2,000 and then 160 minutes at 600. And then if you just put it on high, which is 600 lumens, it'll run for 3 hours and 30 minutes, shoot at 70 meters. And by the way, 132 meters at 2,000 lumens. So that's pretty impressive from this little guy. That's probably why it's the Pro. Medium power is 120 lumens, 13 hours. Wow, 13 hours at 120 lumens. That's incredible. Low 30 lumens for 55 hours, and then a Moonlight mode of 5. I don't particularly like 5 in my Moonlight. I mean, I've got another light that has that, and it's fine. I prefer it to be 1 or 2, but 5, you know, it'll do it, but it can be a little bright. 9 days on Moonlight mode. IPX8 rated, 1.5 meters impact, 132 meters throw, and then 4.35 or 4,350 candela. So this thing's a pretty powerful little beast for being as kind of small and compact as it is. Let's get it open and see how she looks and feels. All right. Pull to open. Let's get rid of that box. I'm a big fan of the blue. I like the blue clips. I've got a couple, like this brown one came with the blue clip. I'm a big fan. You know what? This is a little bigger than I thought it was. You know, looking at it now in person. I've never seen one of these in person. And the lens here is kind of frosted. I mean, the outside's not, but underneath the lens, it's a little frosted versus, you know, one of these, it's shiny, kind of polished and shiny. When this one is frosted, it may be real hard to see on camera, but this one's glossy or shiny, and this one is frosted on the lens. And it's flat versus how this is kind of concave. It goes down into a dip. And then, of course, this one was like orange peel. Let's see. I'm sure we've got to take the battery. We got to open this up to take off the little filter so we can turn it on. All right. And by the way, this is a, I think it's a 18650, 3.6 volts, or 3.6, yeah, volts, 3500 milliamps. I'm a big fan of the 18650. I love the new 21700s as well, but 18650 is really kind of a standard out there, and they're just so great. So, all right, here's Moment of Truth. There she is on low. Let's hold it down. Okay, there's the high mode, 600 lumens. Let's double tap. Let's get to high, super high. There's 1000 lumens. And by the way, you may be able to tell here, can you see there's a green indicator, green light indicator on this one. So when your battery is charged, it's green. It turns yellowish orange when it's in the middle range, and then it will turn red when it's really low. I love that little battery indicator inside the button. That's always nice. Let's go to Moonlight. Let's see. This is supposed to be 5 lumens for Moonlight. Let's hold it down. There she is. Nice and soft. Let's see if it has lockout. I'm pretty sure it does. So what's really great about a lot of these Olights is you can lock them out so you don't accidentally hit your button if it's in a backpack or in your pocket or something. But you can hold it down. It'll switch to Moonlight. Keep holding, and then it switches off. So just don't let go when the light comes on. It'll lock it out. So now, trying to turn it on, won't turn on. So the way you turn it back on is you just hold it again, and now it's back on to Moonlight, and then you can run through the normal settings. So it's a pretty simple process to lock it out, but I love that you have the feature to lock it out. That comes on this as well. I wonder if it's on the Perun. Let's see. Let's hold it down, Moonlight, and it's locked maybe. Oh, no. No, it does not lock. So let's try it again. Moonlight, off. No, that's not locked. But one thing that the Perun does have that I'm noticing, if you hold the button down and then release, the light just shuts. Well, not in this case. Let's see, if you hold it down, light turns on, and release. Was that not this light? Maybe that was another light. There was one where you can hold it, and then when you release, it turns off. So it like doesn't, let's try it in this mode. Let's see. There it is. So it did do it. Maybe there's 2 settings for this light. I'll have to look it up. But essentially now it's in a mode where if you hold it and let go, it'll just turn off and on. Oh yeah. Looks like that's a setting. Okay, so if you hold it as though you were trying to put it in lockout mode, it actually switches modes to a on-off tap. So you can tap it, and as long as you hold it, it will. So right now, let's see what we're in right now. Hold it, keep holding, then let go when the light goes off. So now, see that? Light's on. Oh, but I probably just switched it. Yeah, I did. I just switched its mode. So there's 2 modes. There's the normal mode that you're used to, and then there's one where if you hold it and let go, or just tap it and let go, the light will just come on and off with your finger. So that's kind of cool. I just kind of discovered that. All right, so the Baton Pro, cool light. Let's see what comes in the back. All right, standard manual. Comes with the standard bag here. I've got a handful of those bags running around. Let's see what kind of charger it is. It is an MCC1A also. Just like the, what was the other one that had that? It was the one for the Perun. Okay, so 1A. And then, of course, the lanyard. And that's everything. So this is what I mean with the Olights, is they used to come with, and maybe they still do come with this, but a little needle that you can use to thread your lanyards. So anyways, that's an option. Let's see, just 1 second here. Okay, so all right, let's actually real quick, let's compare this. I decided to grab my S2r baton and bring it into the frame. Kind of compare the sizes. You can see the Baton Pro is slightly larger. And just due to the magnets, sometimes it's a little funky. So I'm going to flip them upside down here. But you can see just slightly larger over here for the Pro. A little bit bigger. But they both have the same texture. They've got the blue clips. Retention feels the same. They've got the same buttons. Cool thing about these lights too, let's see if this one has it. It should also have the timer mode, which basically allows you to set one of two timers. You can either do a 3-minute or I think it's a 9-minute timer, and your light will automatically switch off. That's another feature I use almost every single night. I'll have my light on my my nightstand, put on the timer mode, and then I don't have to touch it. It'll turn off when its timer's up. So let's see if it's got that. The way you access it is you tap and hold. It'll flash once, and it's in the lowest timer mode. If you do it again, it should flash twice, and it's in the high mode, which means 9 minutes, I believe it is. And that's it. So it does just have those two, which is great. That's the same thing this has, same thing this has. This is kind of like a progression of these lights. You got the S2 or S1R, S2R, and then the Baton Pro. So all these are Batons, and the Baton series is by far my favorite series of lights, with probably the S1R being my favorite just due to size and power for what you're getting. Incredible light. But we'll see how this does. So we'll leave these in frame just for fun. Maybe we'll put them over here. So we were just using them as a comparison. Let's get into the brand new O-Pen. The Olight O-Pen. Okay, let's open this up. And by the way, this is 120 lumens or 60 lumens. You have two settings. Oh no, three settings. 30 lumens. 20 lumens, I'm sorry. So you have 120, 60, 20, and a low Moonlight of 5 lumens. At 120, it can run for 20 minutes. At 60, it can run for 50 minutes. That's not bad for a pen light. Something that's going to be in your shirt pocket or in your pocket or something like that, that's going to allow you to just always have a light with you. Sweet, sweet light. Cool. 16-meter throw. I don't expect it to be too crazy powerful just because it is a pen light, but nevertheless, it's a new, unique thing in design. Olight's very first pen light. There is the manual. Okay. And then it comes in this nice plastic case here. That's kind of cool. Let's pull this out. And there she is. Okay, that's kind of cool. I will tell you right off the bat, it is thicker in diameter than I expected. So it's a little fatter than I thought. So, but that's not bad. It the texture's kind of nice here with the little spiral design here. This is your pin engagement. It looks like you can just pop your pin out. Let's see if that works. Yep, there it is. And then we'll check out the light. But real quick, let's see if I have a piece of paper around here. I might have something we can write on. Let's just use the back of this for the sake of it. Pretty smooth. It's kind of like a ballpoint, but like a uniball type texture pen. It's not like, or the ink is very much fluid. Reminds me of a uniball, like ink cartridge. So if anyone's wondering, it's not like the Zebras or like a Parker that has a ballpoint and the ink is really thick. This ink is very smooth and thin. So, all right, now let's check out the light. Oh, by the way, the retention on this, ooh, that is tight. I can barely even move it. So the retention on this clip is very, very tight. There's your LED, and here is the button on the top. Let's see how she does. first setting. Oh, and there's no filter, there's no little plug in there that you have to take out. So there's the first setting. Hold it down, 2, 3. There we go, 4 settings. Nice. Off, on. Let's see what happens if we hold it down. No lockout mode. Okay. There we go. It's brightest. Let's double tap and see. Yeah, it just moves it to high when you double tap. But that's pretty much it. That's cool. That's a pretty nice light on a pen. I mean, I've seen other pens with lights, but that's pretty nice. Let's open this up. So this is supposed to be rechargeable. Let's see what that looks like. So there's nothing in this end, right here. Nothing there. Nothing's coming out. This is just your pen. So if you wanted to just use that, you could just write with this if you want. It's just a small little pen. But here is your light. Pretty neat. And it is USB Type-C charging. Awesome. I love that. USB Type-C. It does have an O-ring in here, and it's got plenty of grease on the threads. I love that Olight does that. Let's go ahead and put this back together. Man, I love that that's rechargeable. That's cool. And then, of course, if you unscrew the tip, you can pull out your cartridge for your ink. And it says it is just a refill roller, 800, a 1-year cap off lifetime. And it is Olight branded. So I don't know if you could buy these over the counter. Maybe Olight will sell these if it's something that you really want. I feel like in most cases this might just be like a pocket light after the pen ink runs out or whatever, but it could always be used still as just a pocket light, which is cool. Let's see what else comes in here. It looks like you have an additional refill for your ink, and then you have a charger, which is a USB Type-C, and it's just a short cable. That's super cool. I might hold on to this little piece of plastic because it's kind of neat. I'll take the sticker off, but yeah, I might hold on to that. That's kind of neat. Okay, we'll move that to the side. And there is your Olight pen. Okay, now we're getting down to the cool stuff. By the way, I already told you that I got this one for free when I made these purchases. This one just comes from making a purchase. I got this one in a bundle with the gray Baldr Pro, or Baldr Mini, sorry. So this was really inexpensive when you add it into a bundle with the Baldr. And now this one, the Seeker2, because I met a certain purchase threshold, they give you another free gift after you meet certain thresholds of your spending. And so that meant that I was able to get the Seeker2 for free. So here I have the Seeker2 Pro, and this is the Seeker2. Now, I have had a Seeker2 Pro in my collection before. I ended up selling it to a buddy of mine who was just in love with it because it was a special color. It matched one of his pocket knives, and I didn't have a knife that it matched. So I sold it to him and said, you know what, I'll just go buy another one when they're on sale. And it came on sale. And so I decided to pick it up in black. I don't mind the full black. I actually kind of like the black design. Anyways, we're going to take a look at these two in comparison. So we'll do these two kind of together. They're still wrapped in their plastic. Let's look at their specifications. So we'll start with the standard Seeker2 here and just compare each mode at a time. So Seeker2, 3000 lumens on turbo, and it drops down to 600 lumens. Okay, so let's compare the turbo. The Pro has 3200 compared to 3000. Okay, so 32 versus 3000, that's not a huge difference. The run times, though, this is interesting. So the run time on the 2 is 3 minutes to 155 minutes. And then over here On the Pro, it's 2 minutes to 150, so it's actually less time. I mean, you do get a little more power out of the turbo mode, just 200 lumens more, but less time. Something to consider. Their throw, 220 meters, 250 meters. Not too big, not too much of a big deal there. The high mode is 1200 and 600. That's actually on both of them, 12 and 6. And then it dropped, let's see, then the time frame is pretty close, 110 minutes at that 1200 for both, but 30 minutes on the Pro and 50 minutes on the 2. So the 2 actually is pulling ahead as far as how long it can run, like the run time. But then over here, you're getting a further throw, 150 meters, 135 meters. Okay, right here, the next one is 300 lumens for medium, 13 hours and 9.5 hours. So see, there you go. Let's look at the throw. 68 meters, 70 meters. I don't know if you could tell the difference between 68 and 70, but you would be able to tell the difference between 13 hours and 9.5 hours. It's a big difference. Low is 50 lumens, 52 hours, 72 hours. Big difference. Wow. Wonder what this is the Pro, because it's got some other features I'll show you in a second. But I'm surprised that the battery life, or the time, what do they call that? The actual oh man, I'm losing the words, the terminology right now. But basically the how long the setting will stay in that setting, the light will stay in that setting. It's the runtime. That's what it is. The runtime is less on the Pro. And it even has a really nice battery, a little better battery. It's kind of interesting. Okay, so where were we? Low was 50 lumens, 52 meters, or sorry, 52 hours at 30 meters. 50 lumens here with 72 hours and 28 meters. So between 28 meters and 30 meters, it's almost nothing. I mean, you just really can't tell the difference. And they're both 50 lumens. Okay, the 5 lumen Moonlight mode, 15 days, 12 days. You could tell the big difference there. They're both 10 meters, 25 candelas. So very similar. IPX rated, 2 meter drop on the Pro, 1 meter drop on the standard 2. By the way, I'm going to pop this off real quick just to kind of remove the firearm. And also, like when you want to disconnect it, same thing, you just push it. I'm going to move this over here. Get the firearm out of the frame. Okay, let's get into these. Let's look at them. So you will see pretty quickly that they are different cosmetically, and maybe you could tell from the photo, but this one has a different button and it has a different grip. So they're slightly different grips. And you can see that the size of the boxes are quite a bit different. We'll see how that matches up when we take them out of the box. But I do know this one has a bigger battery. It has the new 21700 battery, which is an incredible battery. Let's get them open. You've got, by the way, this says 3000 max lumens at 220 throw, 3200 max lumens at a 250 throw. Let's pop it open. Let's see how we're doing. Okay, let's start with the 2. Gotta love opening a fresh light like that. Okay. Love these boxes. These are nice little magnetic box there. Nice box, nice presentation. Simply powerful, Seeker2. And they tell you that you need to remove that insulation film. Oh, that's pretty nice. It's got foam inside here. Looks like that just comes right out. And it's placed nicely in the foam. Okay. All right. 3 LEDs in here. A nice blue bezel. Finger grooves to grab onto. The texture on this knob is really great. Actually feels really nice. That doesn't feel bad at all, because I already know what the Pro feels like because I had one before, but I've never had one of these. Cool. All right, well, let's see what else is in the box. Then we're going to get into the settings and all that. Looks like there is some more stuff down here. Let's see if we can pull it all out. Okay, it looks like you have a charger, a lanyard, and an instruction manual. That's right there. I don't need to open all that up. So, there you go. All right, we'll just drop this back down. Let's remove all the garbage. And then we will get it out of our way so we can look at it. Congrats on your new Olight Seeker 2. Thank you. All right, let's open this one up real quick. Then we're going to get into the comparison. A new level of experience, Seeker2 Pro. This one, oh, the box is bigger also because it does come with an L dock. It comes with an extra accessory. Some of you probably knew that. And it comes with a holster. So, comes with the holster. So it's inside the holster, by the way. It looks like here you have a cable, a little towel, like a microfiber towel probably. And you have these little clamps because the cable is actually a 4-foot long cable. It's a longer cable, which is great. Not 4 foot. Maybe it's not 4 feet, but it is certainly longer. So it comes with these little clips so that you could organize your cable as you run it. But we're going to set that aside. We're not going to just pop that open. And then here you can see your L dock and the hardware for it. And then it does come with a 3M sticker of some kind so that you can use that in conjunction with the hardware to screw or mount this to a wall or a nightstand or wherever you want to put your L dock to mount your Olight. And then, of course, at the bottom, Seeker2 Pro owner's manual. Okay, pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Let's get these things out and let's look at them. Oh man, nice. I didn't have the black one before, and that actually looks good and feels good. I like the all black. Also the same blue bezel and 3 LEDs. Maybe you can see that. 3 LEDs in there. Okay, same for this one, 3 LEDs. As far as height goes, the Pro is millimeters higher, just barely taller. I mean, we're talking millimeters taller. So not much. But you can tell right out of the box, this one is a more matte color, and this one's a little more glossy, shiny color. They both look really nice, actually. I kind of like both of them. This one has a little more texture to it since it is matte, like that little chalky feel. It's not bad, though. It's pretty mild, and this one is smooth. Here also has rubber inserts to grip, so you have a little bit better texture and grip there. And yeah, and then you have their names on their flat piece here, and their buttons are different. So on this one, on the Pro, you have a battery meter and you have a brightness meter, so it tells you what level of brightness you're on. So that's kind of cool. I remember that from having the Pro, and I loved that about this one. That probably made this one of my favorite large lights, just because you have those settings in that meter there, and also the settings of the button. It also has the timer and all the other great features. So I love that about this model. Let's go ahead and get the batteries out. Let's compare them, and let's pull out these little insulation pieces. Okay, so remember I told you that's a big mamma jamma. That is the 21700 5000 milliamp 3.6 volt. That's a big light, or a big battery. That's a cool battery. Lots of technology in that. And this one I believe is still just the 18650. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's see. Maybe I'm wrong. I never had this light, and I don't know. Oh, 217. Beautiful. So that's interesting. They do have the exact same battery, 5000 milliamps, 3.6. I don't know why I didn't know that. Maybe I've never had this before. I never thought of that. I thought that was a big difference, but it is not. So those are the same batteries. So some of the run times and things, that's a little bit interesting how different they are. I wonder if you can screw up your caps. I wonder if they would be, if it'll cross fit. It will fit. Okay, so you could, if you have both of these and you take the caps off, they will fit on both sides, or both light housings, so make sure you don't mix those up. Well, they look different, so you shouldn't mix them up. just ever so slightly different. Also good texture, by the way, on this one here. All right, let's see if you can see that. You see those lights lighting up there? You got green here. So we're on the first brightness setting, and we got 3 bars of battery here. Pretty cool. Nice tactile click. Looks like this has lockout, I'm sure. Yep, now it's off, so now it's totally locked out. Great. And then let's try the double tap timer. Yep, sweet. 2 blinks, awesome. I love the timer feature. And then of course, while it's on, you can double tap. Ooh, right into 32. That blinded me. Look at that, 3200 lumens. That was too much to look at one time. It got me. Okay, but there's your settings. That's bright. Okay, that's awesome. Let's check this one out. Now this is one I haven't had before. Now the button feels different. It's much softer. A little bit quieter click, but let's have a look here. So, does it have lockout mode? Yep, it does. Okay, let's turn it back on. And I want to run to, let's see if it has the timers. Oh, it does. Yeah, nice. Oh, and there's your power. Anyways, I was going to say, I love that it has the timers. I didn't know it did, but I'm really happy it does. That's the 3000 lumens. It jumps straight to 3000 lumens. And by the way, it's super hot being this close to my hand. Let's run through the settings. Sweet. Okay, I'm pumped. I'm excited. I didn't realize that the Seeker2 was as cool as it is. I knew the Pro was cool, but I didn't know the Seeker2 was as cool. And I'm super happy that it is pretty much just as cool as this. Really, the big features are the way it looks cosmetically and the button that has those settings. I mean, as far as like the power, the throw, the battery life, the runtime, they're going to be so close it's negligible. I mean, it's really not that big a deal. But I got this one for free, so I'm not mad at all. I would have bought the Pro anyway. I wanted a Pro again, so I'm glad I got it. And I got this for free for buying other things that I wanted. So that's something I love about Olight that they do, is they really take care of their customers. And then something else that they did, they threw in a little treat for me, I guess you could say. Let me go grab it real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, so when I opened my Olight box, I actually had this smiling at me. They had a little surprise, and it was in a little bag, but you could see this photo. And I guess after you spend so much money with them, they just give you a little something. So what they gave me was an Elite 2020 sticker, decal, which I got to find a place to put that. They gave me this Olight Elite 2020 Velcro patch. You can put on a hat or a backpack or any pack that you have with Velcro, which I thought was pretty neat. And then they gave me this nice little, this is either leather or pleather. It feels kind of pleathery. So, but this is just a little notepad with an Olight emblem on it. It's kind of cool though. Kind of neat that they at least did it. And the button is kind of got a nice little anodizing color or something to it, but it's pretty neat. It's a small little notebook. So nothing fancy, but it's just something I guess that they do just to say thank you and just to let you know that you are valued. So I thought that was kind of neat, but they did throw that in with a little surprise smiley face on it. But so that was kind of cool. I've got a lot of Olight products. I have some Phoenix lights that I really like, and I've been a big fan of all lights, but Olight has by far been my favorite light company for so many reasons. You know what? I want to bring something else in just for just to show you comparison quickly. This is the Olight i3 Eos, i3 Eos. So it's a little keychain light, holds one 3A AAA battery, and it turns with one setting. You just turn it on, it's one setting. Very easy. This was on my keychain for a long time. This was my predominant keychain light until I ended up getting these later on down the road. But you can see the size comparison. I want to show you, like, there's a huge difference. I feel like there's a big difference. I mean, this little red one is 2/3 the size, so it's like 2/3 of what this one is, so it's a third shorter. It is slightly fatter here, but such a small package and is rechargeable. So the R2 Eos, this is the way to go. If you want a keychain light, this is great. I used it for years. I love it, but not rechargeable, and it is a little bigger. This is the way to go. I mean, tiny little guy, and fully rechargeable. So that's awesome. And another thing I wanted to show you quickly, since we're on Olights, this is my headlamp, and this is the H2r. I love this headlamp. I use it all the time, but I kind of wanted to compare just the lamp to the Perun. You know, the Perun is the new headlamp style. You can see the difference between a mini. Let me pull this out. But between a mini and a large, they're pretty close. The Perun is actually, I think the actual full-size Perun is slightly shorter than the full H2r. They both have the orange peel on the lens. But I'm a big fan of the design of these two lights. This light I use hiking. And when you run into the dark, you know, I've been on trails where it gets dark on me, and this has been the lamp I've used, and it's been so reliable and so incredibly bright. I've got buddies who have just like a little black diamond ones, or those cheap ones you can kind of get on Amazon that are 10 to 20 bucks. But this really wins. Every time I have this and I'm with friends and we're out camping or hiking, and they see what this can do, like its capability, its power, its brightness, it's how it just brightens up everything, the entire trail and off to the sides of the trail. So you really are never like taken by surprise if a critter runs across a path. This thing shows you everything. It's incredible. And the run time, I don't have the specs on it, but I have never had an issue. I've been hiking for hours and it's never let me down. You know, I went days without charging it and using it off and on, and then I ended up using it working at a buddy's house, helping him fix his back patio stairway, and we were building some stairs, and I just had this on for hours, and it was on like the 3rd high setting, so maybe somewhere around medium. It actually probably was on medium, probably somewhere around 200 lumens, maybe 160. I don't know exactly what it is, but it was on that forever. I mean, hours and hours and hours. And then finally I got home and decided to charge it, because I did notice that when I did put it on turbo for a little while, because I was using it on turbo for a minute, that, you know, it was dropping down quickly. And this one gets pretty hot, but it was dropping down because I had used up quite a bit of battery. But this is an 18650 battery, and it's incredible. So battery life's great. Performance is incredible. H2r, if you get a chance to get one of these, get one. You won't be disappointed. I'm sure I won't be disappointed in the Perun either. I'm excited to get this out on a trail and use this at night. I might even use this one tonight and see how it goes. So I'm excited to see how this one operates. I'm assuming battery life is going to be pretty similar here with these two. But what I do with these is I have 3 of these. So I just carry usually 2 at a time, and if the battery dies on me, which it doesn't usually, but sometimes with these I'll put it on like medium or high level. I don't put it on turbo, I'll just put it on high and run it, and you know, it starts to dim after using it for a couple hours, so then I'll just pop the other one on my hat and be good to go. So never have that issue with this one. It always goes the distance, as long as it's got a good charge. And we'll see how this one does. I bet it's pretty similar, like I say, at the S1R, but we'll see. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I mean, I've got a lot more lights I'd love to show, and maybe one of these days I will bring in some more. But hope I helped someone out there maybe make a decision if they're looking for a light. You can kind of see a little bit of the comparison between some of these. sizes, lumens, and all that. If you're looking for a gun light, I think this one's going to be a winner. I mean, I'm already just pretty happy, especially with just how it looks. It's just such a great color. But anyways, thank you for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, please leave them below in the comments. And I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching.